Hello.
Kukulana.
Alright, so for tonight, Addison requested this Frozen book. But, Addie, can you stop? Nobody can read with your hand in it.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna sit with you.
alright, then sit with me. Alright.
Mama, I would have to turn up pages.
So we might have a little struggle here because Addie wants to sit
Mommy, there are all my pages.
in my lap. So, I don't know how well this is going to go. Alright. So this is the Frozen book. Alright. So this is the prologue. Long ago, atop a mountain high above the kingdom of Arendelle, a group of strong men were hard at work. They were ice harvesters who cut and hauled huge blocks of ice from the mountain lakes. Horses stood at attention, waiting with empty wagons to be filled. The ice blocks were hoisted into the wagons. Soon they would be taken down to the village. Hold on, baby. I'm not even anywhere finished. Leave it there. It was a dangerous business. One slip could send a block hurling down the mountainside, or even worse, falling on a man and crushing him. A boy stood in the shadows watching the workmen. He kept a small sled at his side. His name was Kristoff, and he desperately wanted to join the ice harvesters, but he was too young. Standing next to him was his friend Sven, a baby reindeer. Kristoff imagined the two of them taking a sled full of ice blocks into the village of Arendelle. Hold on, come on, you're messing me up. A sled full of ice blocks into the village of Arendelle. Sven sniffled, okay, Daddy's home, the cold air and glanced at the big blocks of ice. They looked very heavy. He snorted, but didn't move a hoof. As evening approached, Kristoff finally convinced Sven to carry a small load of ice on their sled. By now, the men had lit several lanterns and were finishing loading their own wagons. Kristoff crept forward and was able to grab a small block of ice. He finally wrestled the block onto his sled. Stop. And attached Sven's harness. Wagon by wagon, the ice harvesters headed down the mountain roads. Kristoff trailed behind with Sven, steering his small wagon down the bumpy path. Above them all, the northern lights spread across the dark sky, creating waves of gossamer green light. The magic glow pulsed as it rolled over the mountain toward the kingdom below.
Mom, I finally got your name.
Okay, you turn a page. Oh.
T.
There we go. Chapter 1. In a grassy valley, next to a deep fjord, the castle of Arendelle lay silently in the night.
Mama, where are the other pages who have Elsa on there?
I don't know. This book doesn't have Elsa pictures, it doesn't look like. The bright luster of the northern lights danced across the windows, waking a small girl.
Mom,
you have to use your imagination. She sat up and grinned to see the wonderful green light. Turn the page. There we go. Nope. Where are you going? The girl jumped out of bed and tiptoed across the room to wake her older sister. Elsa, Elsa, she said urgently. Wake up. Elsa, who was 8 years old, grumbled and ducked under the covers. Anna, go back to sleep. But Anna wouldn't give up. I just can't. The sky's awake, so I'm awake. And so we have to play, she said. Do you want to build a snowman? Elsa's eyes popped open. That got her attention. The girls were the daughters of Arendelle's king and queen, and the best of friends. Elsa couldn't resist Anna's begging. The sisters ran down the hallway in their nightgowns, laughing as they hurried along, entering the great hall where the royal balls were held. They turned to each other. "Are you ready?" Elsa asked, smiling. "Yes, yes," Anna cried, reaching out to tickle her sister. Elsa giggled, and suddenly snowflakes seemed to burst in a flurry from her hands. Anna clapped happily. She knew that her sister had a very special talent. She could create snow and ice even in the middle of summer. Now turn it again.
Puppy.
With a twirl and a wave of her hands, "Good night, Aiden," Elsa magically summoned her icy powers. Quickly, she filled the great hall with mounds of fluffy snow, turning it into a winter playground. Then she stomped, and her feet swept ice across the floor. She laughed to see little Anna hopping around joyfully. "Come on, baby, I can't see." Together, they went to work building their snowman. Anna did her best to roll out the snowman's body. She ran to get a carrot for the nose. Yes, that's your head. Yes, honey, I can't read. You can't come like there.
Daddy. Puppy. Daddy. Daddy. Daddy.
She ran to get a carrot for the nose. "Snowman," she exclaimed proudly. Elsa laughed at the lopsided snowman. "Hi, I'm Olaf," she said in a deep voice, pretending to be the snowman, "and I like warm hugs." The girls danced around their funny snowman. Then Elsa gathered her icy magic and made a swooping ice slide. Anna squealed with delight. She climbed onto the top of the slide and then zoomed down and soared up again along the icy curve. Elsa quickly created another slide to catch Anna as she came down. The little girl gained speed and was tossed upward again. Elsa had to work fast to keep pace with Anna. She kept making more slides so her sister could stay aloft as she flew around the room. "Anna, slow down," Elsa said, starting to get worried. "It's too high." But Anna was having fun. The little princess was fearless, jumping and sliding to each new slide as quickly as Elsa made it. Elsa raised her hand to create the next slide, but suddenly her foot slipped. As she stumbled, her magic went awry. Her frozen blast caught the side of Anna's head, right through her curls. Anna gasped and fell to the ground unconscious. Addie. "Anna!" Elsa shouted, running to her sister. She lifted Anna up and felt her cold, shivering body. A lock of Anna's hair had turned pure white where the magic had hit it. "Mama! Papa!" Elsa cried desperately. As she called for help and her worry increased, icicles formed on the ceiling and frozen spikes grew tall around the girls. The king and queen burst into the great hall to find their daughters huddled in a frozen landscape. They knew that Elsa had a special ability to create ice, but this was more than they had ever seen. "Elsa," the king cried, "this is getting out of hand." "I'm sorry," Elsa replied. "I didn't mean it." "Anna," the queen gasped and ran toward her little girl. Chapter 2. So we'll leave it here. And we'll continue it tomorrow. Okay? Oh, I'm losing my phone. You ready for bed now? We did 10-minute.
Yeah.
Don't lose the page. Look, I'm losing my phone again. This is what happens when I don't have a pop socket. Yep, we're on chapter 2. That's where we're going to leave it. All right. I love you.
Mom, Baba, now. But we can see with our book. Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, but this is already a 10-minute video. We'll read some more tomorrow. This is a long book. See? There's 124 pages. You are not going to get through this in one night. We have to read this in parts. And we're already up to 10 minutes. So we're going to end it here and go to bed. Okay? I sound like I'm losing my voice too. I love you. I love you.
I said I like you.
Good night.
They're princess.
She just needed to find those pictures. Very nice.
Mom, why don't we read those? I read pictures.
All right. Well, maybe that's a shorter part of the story. Maybe we'll check that out tomorrow. All right. Good night.